All right. Good morning, everyone. You're probably wondering what spaceship I'm on, but I'm not on a spaceship. I'm just in a well lit room that has some really interesting lighting. And, anyways, that's beside the point. I want to read a story to you today, probably one of the most interesting as far as uh, a glimpse into the mindset of the disciples in the time of Jesus, something that there's not a lot of stories that are really play out like this, and it's really actually humorous. But anyways, let's just get into it, and then I'll talk about what I think about all this. This is a very famous story of Jesus walking on the water, and this is from Matthew 14, verse 22. It says this: Immediately Jesus made his disciples get into a boat and go before him to the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up on the mountain himself to pray. Now when evening came, he was alone there. But the boat was in the middle of the sea, tossed by waves, for the wind was contrary. Now in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them walking on the sea. Now this is a miracle. Okay, there's no other way around it. Jesus just walks on the sea. Okay? And it's a miraculous thing, right? So notice the reaction. And this is the part of this whole thing that it gets really funny and interesting. And I wonder if Jesus had a smile on his face. So keep in mind, this is late at night. Jesus walks up. They're in a storm. It's, a creepy setting or whatever. It says, and when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a ghost," and they cried out for fear. So the bottom line here is it's a ghost. Obviously, they've never seen somebody walking on the sea. Nobody can blame them for this, right? You can't blame them for reacting that way because, well, first of all, I've never even been in this situation where I've been in a boat out on the water. I'm sure that alone is terrifying, much less then seeing somebody walking on the water late at night, probably lightning flashing. We don't know. It doesn't say. But so you can't really fault them for kind of going back to, junior high school age and being like, it's a ghost. No, it says they cried out for fear. I'm not sure what that would have done, And then verse 27 says, but immediately Jesus spoke to them saying, be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid. Okay. And then there's the whole thing that happens next with Peter says, hey, can I come out? And Jesus says, come. That's for another time, another day. But understand this, right? So we, I think, find ourselves in the same boat at times in our lives. That wasn't a pun. I did that on accident. But we find ourselves in this same situation, in the same boat, as you will, where we are going through what the Lord tells us, or as he's directing us, he directs us to do something, and we assume it's just going to be a smooth, easy ride, and it's not. And then when things get crazy and the Lord shows up, we don't know what to think about it. Or when he starts working, he works in ways that are unexpected. This is what Jesus does. He works in an unexpected way. He does something that we would not figure. And we can even be in this boat where I'm really not trying to say that. I just keep doing it. We can be in the same place where we misunderstand what the Lord is doing completely. It catches us off guard so that we actually panic. Okay? If you find yourself there, just understand that you're in good company, right? This is something that happens to people, okay? And don't be surprised if our Lord decides to work in ways that surprise you. I personally think he had a smile on his face. I personally think I know he knew it was coming. And I'm sure, especially when you look at all that he did and what takes place next, eventually, when he gets into the boat, the wind ceases, everything stops. It's very clear the Lord wanted to show them something that they didn't know, right? Somebody left a message, Jeremiah 33:3, right? This verse says, "Call unto me, and I will answer you, and I'll show you great and mighty things which you do not know." This is what God often does in our lives, okay? If you find yourself in a situation, you don't know why it's so difficult, you don't understand what's going wrong even, or why things are going wrong. It should have been easy and it's not. You figured you knew exactly what was going to take place and that didn't take place. Then you need to understand something. That's probably because the Lord wants to show you something that you don't know. He wants to do something in your life that's unexpected. You need to trust him to do it. He's going to show up. He might not show up until the middle of the night. He might not show up the way that you think he's going to show up. But he's going to do that. So put your trust in the Lord and just remember that he loves you and he's working to build us up, to strengthen us, and to equip us to walk with him and to glorify him in our daily lives. So I hope that blesses you today. I hope that that helps you. I know a lot of people are going through various difficulties, different things that are troublesome or whatever. I hope that ministers to you today, and may God richly bless you. Please, as usual, leave a comment if this ministered to you. Take the time, please, to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're one of the 65% of people that watch my videos but haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, click that like button. God bless you.